NXT. And this brings up another thing I wanted to ask you as well. Like, let's talk about the Dusty Classic. I think they should make this a more bigger and prestigious thing, both for the women and the men's tag teams. Make it a whole big pay-per-view, blow off, whatever the fuck, right? You can have the guys bring in like fucking, the like tag teams from like Raw and SmackDown and NXT, but bring in like a classic tag team, like let's say the Dudley Boys and like, something like that. And then you can really have this amazing like classic tournament thing. And like, you don't have to have like an all tag team fucking pay-per-view or whatever, but have the blow off be the final match. You know what I mean? Like kind of how they do, with other style, like King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, stuff like that. And I think that make it a bigger deal, but have everyone included in it.
Bro, like, you know what? That makes so much sense because like right now what I'm doing is I'm watching chronologically all of WCW, WWF, and ECW in 2000. So, I watched Nitro, then Raw, then Thunder, then etc. At the moment where I'm up to, they've started with 32 people for the King of the Ring tournament. And all of this shit is going on through the weeks of television with all of these qualifying matches on Heat, on Raw, on SmackDown. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is real. This is a great tournament. It seems like it's so big. There's so many people wanting and vying for this opportunity. If you get more teams than what they've got and you bring in the headbangers, you bring in, some other tag teams from the main roster, you bring in some well-known teams that, maybe just for a shot here or there,
the nostalgia act.
Yeah, even though they won't win, it's interesting. It would be interesting to have those wild card entries. Like this is such a big tournament that the headbangers have lobbied to get on this tournament because they want to win the Dusty Classic. Dusty Rhodes means this to them, or even the Rock and Roll Express. It's their last year as a tag team. They want to retire. Hey, Dusty was our boy. We want to win the Dusty Classic. Things like that. I think, that you're onto something there. It shouldn't just be, okay, we have like 6 tag teams, but we also need to make up a couple of put together tag teams of singles wrestlers to make up a tournament. I think you're right. You're on the money there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? At least it gives one time a year where tag team wrestling gets a major focus. And I think that's where it really needs to be. Especially, man, like if you're going to do a Dusty Classic tag team tournament, make it mean something really fucking special, not just like a throwaway episode of your developmental TV.
Exactly, because like when you look at the brackets, you know who's going to at least the semifinals or at least the finals. You can see when you look at it where it's headed. It will be just more interesting if you had more teams and more threats to winning that tournament.
I agree, man. But next match we had is Amari Miller versus Lash Legend. Your thoughts, brother?